Are Americans breaking up with Israel? Some evidence points to yes. Listen to what these people on the right have been saying lately.
Everybody sucks up to Israel in this way that suggests they're afraid.
Israel has made itself the villain of the world.
America first, not Israel first.
Hey guys, I'm Dena, and I want you to take note of an important shift happening in the US right now and what it could mean. Support for Israel has plummeted since the start of the genocide in Gaza across the political spectrum and all ages. More Americans now say they sympathize with Palestinians over Israelis, and one poll showed a majority of MAGA Republicans now support putting conditions on US aid to Israel. This is big because for decades, Israel has relied on the unconditional support of the US. Israel gets close to $4 billion a year in US military aid, and they've gotten billions more on top of that since the Gaza genocide began. And that genocide, along with the US-Israeli war on Iran, has changed the political climate.
Americans have seen on their phones every day the absolute unrestrained cruelty of the Israeli government, the decimation of Palestinian families and communities. And now we're watching every day Israel taking those atrocities up to Lebanon, to Iran. These are now the scenes that Americans associate with the state of Israel.
That's Simone Zimmerman, a Jewish writer and activist who told me how this shift in opinion has impacted America's political class.
I think absolutely support for Israel has become a political liability. I would say the consequences of criticizing Israel used to be you would have a massive smear campaign against you in the media. You might get called anti-Semitic. You might get called a terrorist supporter. Everything I'm describing, of course, are also things that are continuing to exist today. The difference now is that people aren't buying it anymore.
The progressive flank of the Democratic Party has long demanded the party dial back its support for Israel. But here's what's changed. Some centrist politicians have started to do something that would have been considered unthinkable a few years ago: distance themselves from AIPAC. That's the powerful pro-Israel lobby that donates millions to politicians every year to ensure they represent Israel's interests. But now, support from AIPAC is considered toxic. Some previously pro-Israel Democrats have even started refusing its money.
The way that AIPAC throw around millions of dollars to intimidate and silence politicians, people are also radicalized against that.
Meanwhile, some pro-Israel politicians are even coming out saying things like this:
Israel has committed genocide.
While it's certainly not most of the Democrats saying this, many say this shift is part of the Zohoran Mamani effect. He campaigned and won the race for mayor in New York City, the city with the highest number of Jewish people in the US, while refusing to mute his criticisms of Israel's apartheid and genocide.
A lot of people can see where the political winds are blowing, that even these more mainstream politicians feel the need to integrate this critique into their campaigns.
In fact, Democrats have reportedly been drafting an internal review of Kamala Harris's loss in 2024 and have come to this conclusion: that the Biden administration's support of the Gaza genocide cost her votes. And then there's something California Governor Gavin Newsome said. He's a centrist Democrat and potential presidential candidate in 2028. A few weeks ago, he called Israel
an apartheid state.
Surprising, right? Well, not so fast. He walked it back within a few days. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The loudest critiques of Israel today seem to be coming from the far right, like people with millions of fans in the MAGA movement who are sick of US politicians not putting America first.
I'm mad at my lawmakers for not protecting my country with the care they've protected Israel.
I mean, they've just completed this 2-year war. It went on too long. It was too brutal, and then ultimately it dragged us in.
You're a slave to Israel, Trump.
The most notable rebuke came from Trump's own administration. Joe Kent, the director of the National Counterterrorism Center, quit this month, saying the US started this war due to pressure from Israel. But Simone says she's unsettled by who it is that's coming out the loudest to criticize Israel.
If you listen to the critiques that some of the most powerful figures in right-wing media are making right now, they're just laced with anti-Semitism. These are not people who are making their critiques of Israel out of a universal commitment to human rights. They still believe in US empire. They want America to be a Christian nationalist nation, but their critique is resonating because they're the only people who are actually speaking about something that is very true, which is that Americans are against the atrocities that Israel's committing. And I think it's a really damning moment for the Democratic Party and for the entire Democratic establishment that we still have such tepid criticism from the Democratic Party about Israel.
Okay, the truth is pro-Israel lawmakers and billionaires still have huge influence in US media and politics, and that power structure won't be changing radically anytime soon. But if growing sections of the US public are shifting, could this be the start of a significant break in the years to come and possibly the next presidential election?
It's clear that this is a battle that is still very much underway, and people should not be complacent about how much power we actually still have left to build to actualize I hope we'll see a candidate, a leading candidate who's supportive of cutting military aid to Israel.
Let me know what you think in the comments.